Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a good morning this morning. A great morning, actually. Um, it's a coffee kind of morning for sure. Still hanging in there. It's going to be a rough weekend for me, but you guys are helping me get through it. I love the vinyl community. I want to support the vinyl community as much as possible, and that's what I'm doing by doing these videos, despite all the difficult times I'm going through. And one way to support is to do entries to contests, which I'm doing right now. There's so much to keep up and catch up with on this vinyl community. It never ends. I think I'm 10 videos behind, but I discovered a great channel. I was watching the beautiful Lisa Tedesco's channel yesterday, as she always puts great videos out, and we need to like, subscribe, comment, nice comments on her channel for sure, just to support her. Beautiful person. And she's becoming great friends with a great friend of mine as well, Glenn Calloway from the Basement. They're doing a separate videos on bass playing, which is cool. I've yet to see it yet, but I want to see that for sure. So yeah, she's an amazing person. But she was doing a contest entry for a new channel that I discovered through Lisa. This is Richard at Calvinwazoo, all one word. So Calvinwazoo, CALVINWAZ00, or OO, depending on where you're from, I guess. Yeah, Richard's got a great contest. It's his push to 100 subs. He's already at 142 subs, so he's bypassed that. And he's just gonna continue on. Great guy, for what I see. And again, just recently discovered, but anything that I've seen from him so far has been excellent. And he's giving away Frank Zappa's Chunga Revenge as a contest win, so that's kind of cool. I've got a few Zappas, and I like Frank Zappa. He's super talented composer, artist, just an amazing all-around person he was. So great contest. So there's 10 questions. Obviously you have to be subscribed to Richard's channel to enter, and let him know that you've entered your contest with your entry. And so the first question is, at the end of every video, and most of us put entries or intros, I guess, in the first of our videos. Some of us do. He put something at the end of his videos, and he wanted us to define or identify the source of the closing line of his videos. So after some searching, I found it was a pretty cool guy. His name is Johnny Flynn. It's the song is Tickle Me Pink, and the album is A Larum, A separate, and then Larum, Larum. It's a debut release by his in 2008. Johnny Flynn is a folk rock singer. Has that Irish. He's an English performer, but he's got that Irish lilt to him, some East Coast lilt, which is kind of cool. Reminds you, like, when you listen to him, you should be sitting in a pub type of thing. Really cool stuff. But he's on a playlist now on my Spotify. So thank you, Richard, for introducing us to a great guy. But the line at the end of Richard's videos, and this is what you have to discover, is pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead. So that's, I believe, the chorus of the song Tickle Me Pink. And he says at the end of every video. So that was question one, to identify the source of Richard's closing line of his video. So thank you for introducing me to a new person to listen to, and definitely something to get into, and another genre to discover. So thank you. Number two is show an album connected with Frank Zappa or the Mothers of Invention that is not a Zappa or a Mothers album. Well, if it wasn't for Frank Zappa, this guy probably wouldn't be around. This artist was and his band was having a hard time getting a record deal. Excuse me. So Zappa funded the release of his first two albums. Unfortunately, they didn't do very well. But if it wasn't for Frank Zappa, Alice Cooper might not be around. Yeah, so this is his third album. Bob Ezrin produced this one, and of course, it just skyrocketed. It's an amazing album, one of my favorites by Alice Cooper Band. But his first two albums were actually produced and funded by Frank Zappa, which is cool. So there's a cool connection with Alice Cooper and Frank Zappa. Number 3, show a band or artist from your city, state, or province where you live. Well, I can't show from a city because we don't have many. We have perhaps some local artists, but no one internationally known or no one famous. So just down the road, about 45 minutes to an hour from here, is a town called Kingston, Ontario, which is the home of this awesome band, Tragically Hip. This is their first album, Up to Here, an amazing, amazing album. These guys are, I'd say, internationally known because of another Kingston native, Mr. Dan Aykroyd, who, of course, was on Saturday Night Live and had them perform on Saturday Night Live, the Tragically Hip. So if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't maybe be on the map. But they're a great, great band. I've had the chance to see them once. Unfortunately, we lost the lead singer a few years ago with brain cancer, but he performed right up until the last. He was an amazing, amazing artist, amazing poet. This is probably one of their best albums here, Road Apples. Good, just a good hard rockin' band. Super amazing lyrics, well played. Local artist for sure, but internationally known throughout Canada and the U.S., obviously. And again, thank you to Dan Aykroyd for promoting local talent, and these guys are definitely local talent. So yeah, if you don't know these guys, Tragically Hip, definitely check them out. Good band for sure. So number 4 is show us an album or CD from an artist or band you've met. If it's signed, tell us why. I don't have any signed, but way back in my early years, my first wife, before we were married, was a journalist student at our local college, Loyalist College. She was in print journalism, and they had pubs at the college, and like when I say pubs, right on the main floor, like you were 5 feet from the artist. And I've seen a lot of great bands, Downtown Blues Band, this next band I'm going to show you, a bunch of great bands, because I was kind of the cameraman. I would carry the camera bag around. She would do the interview, take photos. I still wish I had some of those photos. But one artist in particular that we had a chance to talk to as they were setting up, and it wasn't a long conversation, but it was kind of cool to meet this gentleman. He's still here. He's actually on a radio station in Toronto. But he was in a little band called Max Webster. This is Kim Mitchell. This is album Universal Juveniles. Rush appears on this one as well. Alex and Getty appear on this one. Heavy track that they appear on. But the album that was being promoted at the time at this Loyalist pub, this college pub concert, was a Kimbo Logo by Kim Mitchell, is the lead singer's name. And again, had a chance to meet him. Some great photos taken by Kim Mitchell, or taken of Kim Mitchell. You may recognize a couple of songs. Go for a Soda is a big one, as it was on Much Music, MTV, Lager and Ale as well. It's just a good straight-ahead rock and roll guy. But yeah, I had a chance to talk to him, and had great photos. Again, my ex-wife was a really good photographer at the time. I don't know if she still has those photos. It's been a number of years since we've parted, but it was cool to meet not only him, other artists, but I remember him specifically, and he's still one of my favorite artists. Max Webster's still one of my favorite Canadian bands. But yeah, Kim Mitchell, a Kimbo logo. Didn't get it signed because I don't think the album was out at the time. And back in that day, I was more into CDs and that type of thing. I didn't have much vinyl back in that day. That was early, long time, a couple years ago. But yeah, that was my introduction to a cool Canadian artist. Number 5 is Show a Favorite Jazz album. I love, I was given a bunch of albums, gosh, a couple years ago now. And this album was always in my collection, but I never really knew what it was. I loved the cover, cool cover, until I actually finally had a chance to listen to it. It's good stuff. This is Spyro Gyra, and I just love that cover. This is the album Catching the Sun. But what a great jazz band these guys are. Jazz, funk, fusion, jazz fusion for sure. But yeah, great stuff. And the covers are just amazing. This is another one I picked up. This is Morning Dance, another beautiful cover. But this is a promotional copy as well. But what a great, that's the back cover. Yeah, it's just beautiful. This is still sealed. This is still factory sealed. Haven't opened it yet. I've listened to it on Spotify, but I haven't opened this one yet. But yeah, Spyro Gyra, great jazz band, jazz fusion more, but cool stuff. Number 6, show a record by a female artist or singer-songwriter. One of my favorite female artists is the beautiful Amy Mann from Till Tuesday. This was a record given by the wonderful Erin Muth Alomar. This is their first album. But yeah, she's beautiful. She's a gorgeous woman. Awesome voice. Awesome lyrics. This is my favorite album. This is Everything's Different Now. So Miss Amy Mann. And there's another great one too. Welcome Home. Yeah, amazing artist, amazing singer-songwriter. Unfortunately, at the time, her lyrics are kind of dark and somber because she goes through a lot of relationships. So a lot of the songs are about that, but just her singing and her songwriting and just awesome stuff. It really is. So Amy Mann, Till Tuesday. One of my favorite female artists. As well as, Stevie Nicks, Joni Mitchell. There's so many great Canadian artists, American artists. We don't talk enough about the female songwriters. We talk a lot about Joni Mitchell, but you don't hear a lot of other female artists. but there's so many, and we should promote them as well. And definitely Amy Mann is one of them. So a blind buy, and what was it that you? What was the reason you bought it? Well, I picked this one up just yesterday, yesterday. Sorry, because of the cover, caught your eye, and after listening to it, it's a remarkable album. It's so good, heavy. I don't know who you compare them with. Grand Funk, UFO, Blue Oyster Cult, somewhere in that area. Maybe Uriah Heep in some ways. But this is Blood Rock. This is the album USA. Just look at that cover. Looks like the Hulk's shooting something out of his finger there into this guy's. I don't know if he's another superhero or what he is, but yeah. So the cover intrigued me. This is on the Capitol label. The cover intrigued me and caught my interest. And then after listening to it, I said, yeah, I got to get this one for sure. And someone made a comment on the video I did featuring this one or talking about this one, and they said they saw this band, backing up Grand Funk, so that would have been an amazing concert. So yeah, Blood Rock. So cool. Oh, did I miss a question? Oh, sorry, I missed number 8. And I also missed number 7. Wow. So number 7, music book. Well, I'm not a reader. Yes, I can read, but I'm not a reader. I'm more documentary, especially music documentaries. I could watch those till the cows come home. So I recommend this one as a documentary. I don't have a book to show you, so hopefully that doesn't mess up my contest entry. But this is the film by Ron Howard, 8 days a week. The touring years, shows the trials and tribulations of them going through tour. Of course, this is live at the Hollywood Bowl as well. This is an amazing album, I just love that photo. An amazing documentary as well. I've got to revisit it again. I think I have it downloaded, but this is a great album, great documentary. Again, Ron Howard, 8 days a week, the touring years. So again, no book, but documentary for sure. Yeah, I guess I did miss a couple of questions. Favorite orchestra or opera record from any period? Well, of course, when you're given a bunch of albums, you always get those type of albums in your mix. And I've got a ton of them in there. So I was going through them this morning in preparation for this video, and picked out a couple that I want to revisit and listen to. And I can't say they're my favorite because it's not my genre to listen to, but I do have a ton of them. I could have showed you 20 of them easily. But I thought this would be interesting. This is Showboat Revisited. This is by the Jim Timmons and his orchestra, sorry. So this isn't the original soundtrack. It's kind of a revisited version of the soundtrack. But it's on Warner Brothers Stereo. Still got the original sleeve in it. And on the brown Warner Brothers label. That's the thing. That's why I keep all these albums, is because of the labels. They're just beautiful labels. You know, I Can't Help Loving That Man, Dandies on Parade, Make Believe, Old Man River, Dance Away the Night, Why Do I Love You, After the Ball. Yeah, so. And I also picked this one out as well. This is Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians. Of course, he was big on New Year's Eve. You stayed up and watched Guy Lombardo Old Lang Syne at the end of New Year's Eve, at the end of the night, and it's on the old Decca label as well. Again, love those labels. But interesting guy Lombardo, born in London, Ontario, which is about 2 hours west of Toronto, northwest, or sorry, no, southwest, and died in, I believe, Texas. So he was a Canadian American for sure, but Guy Lombardo. This has a lot of his hits: Midnight in Moscow, Crazy, Little Bitty Tear, Can't Help Falling in Love, and so on and so forth. Of course, being Canadian, you got to be a proud Canadian with this one as well. So sorry I missed those two. And finally, number 10, a CD that you own but really wish it was on vinyl. I've got about 400 CDs. I wish a lot of them were on vinyl, but some I want to keep on CD as well, because I don't know, some things I think some albums sound better on CD than they do on vinyl, and especially a lot of my alternative rock and metal albums. But this one definitely I wish I had on vinyl, and I probably will pick it up at one point. This is the new album by Blue Oyster Cult. The Symbol Remains. This is a great, great album. But one day I will get it on vinyl, because at the time, just being coming out, it was pretty expensive. But this was pretty reasonable at the time. But it sounds great. But I just want to get it on vinyl as well. And yeah, great album. Good, good album. If you don't know this one, or you haven't listened to this one, definitely listen to it. So there you have it. Richard Calvinwazoo, great contest, Richard. Thank you so much. Sorry this took a little long, but sometimes those 10 questions add up. And I'll be putting the link below to Richard's channel, as well as letting him know that I put an entry in. And also I'll put a link to Lisa's channel as well, so you guys can help support Lisa. Anyway, take care, guys. We'll talk to you again soon, and have a good day. Bye now.